her in Jesus' name. To the saints of the Most High God, visitors, esteemed guests of the Most High, magnify the name of Jesus with me. I greet you in the name of Jesus. God is worthy. He is worthy. Every time He's worthy. Time is far gone, and we know that we've got some serious eating to do straight after this. And when I think about it, time is just moving on. We're in the month of September. Time is just moving on. And we are glad that we are in the house of God one more time to worship His name. I think we acknowledge, as the song says, that it's a hard road to travel. We've heard today that somebody has reached the 25 years. Some have passed that. Some are coming up to it. Some just start. But I believe that even those who have just started and those who have reached further on will acknowledge it is a hard road to travel. And I'd like to use, I did have this text laid on me on Friday night, and then I kind of realized that this service was going to be slightly different today, and I thought, well, what do I say? And I said, just say what's laid on me, really. We're going down to the potter's house. No, we're not going to cook, Pastor. We're going to watch, see what God said, what God instructed the prophet. We sang a song earlier that the Bible came to stay. There's many that's probably in this church for the first time, for the second time, but we believe everything that is written from Genesis through to Revelation. The Bible came to stay. We acknowledge that Jesus Christ is the head of our lives, and that it is His word, His statutes, His commandments that we endeavor to maintain and to follow. And at this time, I'd just like to extend greetings also to our rostrum associates that have come to visit us from other churches. Evangelist Dinell, Elder Nathan Simmons, Elder Lewin from Luton, and all the others that I probably cannot see but know that you're in the congregation. We just welcome you here at Bethel this morning. From the book of Jeremiah, chapter 18. A few verses I'd like to read. 3 verses. Verses 4, 6, and verse 15. And the vessel that he made of clay, this is the potter, was marred in the hand of the potter. So he made it again another vessel, as it seemed good to the potter to make it. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter, saith the Lord? Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in my hand, O house of Israel. Verse 15. Because my people have forgotten me, they have burned incense to vanity, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths, from the established way, to walk in paths in a way not cast up or not originally established. Father, bless me now, in Jesus' name. I'd like to speak to you this morning, very quickly and short, on the theme, stay on the wheel. In verse 4 it said that the vessel that he made was marred in the hand of the potter. So he made it again another vessel, as it seemed good to the potter to make it. And the potter was working on the potter's wheel. There are things that happen to us from time to time along the spiritual journey in our lives. We've just blessed a ceremony here today, 25 years, and there are things that we know, we've heard, not necessarily in this couple, but we hear from time to time that happen in people's lives.
Yes.
In the homes, in the marriages, at work, wherever circumstance, we hear things and we tend to either marvel or rejoice when we hear such things. But what we've got to understand, that there are things that are happening to us is because we are not the finished product.
All right.
I'm looking at this from the standpoint, the last few months, on personal revival or personal restoration. Because I found out that not only as a body of people that we have got to move towards being restored or revived, but also individually.
Right.
We have got to look in our own lives and take stock of our own lives.
Everyone.
So there are things that happen to us, the things that are happening with us, that cause us to become marred. Quite simply, that word means damaged in the hand of the potter. What I'm encouraging us all to do today, because that's all we can do from the pulpit, is to encourage one another, is to stay on the wheel. It gets hard. We struggle sometimes. And we feel that God is not with us and we want to move another way, but stay on the wheel. If you notice how the clay was being handled, and history will tell us that when the potter, or from our knowledge of the potter, he sits down in front of a shaft, a wheel, and he spins the shaft or the bottom pedal with his feet.
Yes.
And above it is a shaft or a wheel on which the clay sits on.
Right.
And sometimes there might be another wheel above it, but there is certainly a wheel that the clay sits on. And while the potter is pedaling, the wheel is turning. And I looked at the turning of the wheel. The clay is being turned as the clay is in between the potter's hands. The turning process. The clay is being turned on the wheel. The clay has no choice to turn on the wheel. When we look at the situation even today, we are clay in the potter's hand. And we have to turn as the wheel is turning. We don't like being turned. And we stiffen ourselves sometimes and become rigid. But even in the hands of the potter, when he feels some resistance with the clay, he will put some water on the clay. He will moisten the clay. With his thumb, he will begin to knead the clay. He will put some pressure on the clay. We may not like the pressure. We may not like the molding. We may not even like the turning. But the clay was in the potter's hand, on the potter's wheel. Now the potter could have discarded that piece of clay, but he persevered with the clay. Hallelujah. The clay can become hard sometimes, brittle sometimes. Bits may fall off sometimes as it's being shaped. Israel was God's chosen people. Israel was a nation chosen by God.
Yes.
Moses said in chapter 7 of Deuteronomy, he said in verse 6, therefore thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord hath chosen thee, picked you out as a nation, as a people. You are special above all nations. Hallelujah. A called out people to show God to the world. And for God to magnify himself in the nations so the world can see that God, Jehovah, was with them. They were a called out, special, chosen people.
That is right.
The Bible said that the Lord did not set his love upon them or choose them because they were great in number. But he chose them. They were the fewest. They were the smallest of nations. But because the Lord loved them, because he loved the people, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because he loved Israel, he brought them out. He brought them out of where? Bondage. He brought them out from under Pharaoh. He led them out with a mighty outstretched hand. He brought them as far as the Red Sea. But he didn't leave them there.
No.
When Moses cried unto God, Moses lifted up the rod and the Red Sea parted in two. The children of Israel walked over on dry land onto the other side. God brought out his people with a mighty outstretched hand. This was the smallest of all nations that had been handpicked and chosen by God. God had chosen them and put his name above them. That whenever they marched through onto the promises that God had promised them, when nations heard how God had destroyed their enemies from before them, they were in fear of this great nation. I remember when they were passing through a particular area of land, and Balak saw that a people was coming across the sea, and he called Balaam the prophet. He said, come on up here. There's a number of people that are passing through this land. We don't want them to pass through our land, but I want you to curse them. I want you to stop them in their tracks. When he heard what they did to Og, king of Bashan, when he heard how God had moved mightily on their behalf, he wanted Balaam to curse the people that God had chosen. Come on, church. God had chosen Israel. God had delivered them. He was bringing